Welcome back to our beginner brass lessons, and today we're going to look at some Christmas melodies as we prepare our young groups to participate in this exciting season. Each year, our department puts out new music and arts resources in our 12 Days of Christmas campaign so that your core groups can begin preparations for the Advent season as well as outreach opportunities at the Kettle, nursing home, or other events in your community. This year we've included some new brass resources with 4 Christmas melodies that include piano accompaniment track. You'll find the sheet music for these Christmas melodies along with the piano accompaniment tracks at the link below. And you'll notice that these melodies are all within an octave range and are fairly repetitive, so I hope that your groups can learn them in a few short weeks and prepare them for the Christmas season. We're going to look today at the third melody, Good King Wenceslas, starting with measures 1 to 4. Now, you'll notice with all of these melodies, they have a piano intro. And so this just allows you to press play on the track and find the tempo and join them where it says brass play. So you have a few measures to get adjusted to the piano track. We're going to start where it says brass play, so looking at those first 4 measures starting on an F. As we start to learn Good King Wenceslas, let's begin with the rhythm. All right, the rhythm is very repetitive, as I mentioned, and so once we learn the rhythm for these first 4 measures, the rest of it repeats, and we just change the note names here and there. So it starts where it says brass play again, and we're going to begin with quarter notes, those colored in circles with the stem. As you know, these each get 1 beat of sound. And so that first measure would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try that with me. 1, 2, ready, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, in the second measure, we have 2 more quarter notes and then a half note, that circle that's not colored in and it has the stem. Half notes get 2 beats of sound, so we're going to clap and then we're going to beat through the second beat. So that second measure is going to go quarter, quarter, half note, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's clap just that measure, 2 quarter notes, 1 half note. Get our hands together. 1, 2, ready, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. So let's put those first 2 measures together where it says brass play. We have 4 quarter notes in the first measure, 2 quarter notes, and a half note in the second measure. Let's clap that rhythm together. 1, 2, ready, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to beat through on that half note. I don't want to hear any extra claps, but we're beating through to remind ourselves that we keep blowing through the second beat of the half note. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, ready, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we look to the third measure, and it's 4 quarter notes again, just like the first measure. So we should have that one down. And the final measure before the breath mark, before the end of the line, is just 2 half notes, okay? So let's clap those 2 half notes. Make sure we're on the same page here. The last measure of the first line of Good King Wenceslas. Clap those 2 half notes with me. 1, 2, ready, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, make sure no one's clapping on beat 2. No one's clapping on beat 4. I'm sure we had some folks get off there. Let's try that together again. 1, 2, ready, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's put these first 4 measures together where it says brass play. Again, the first measure's a straight measure of quarter notes. Third measure's a straight measure of quarter notes. So we have to notice the difference in measure 2 and measure 4. Measure 2, 2 quarter notes and a half note. Okay, measure 4 should be a little easier where it has just 2 half notes back to back. Let's put it all together. Brass play. First 4 measures clapping. 1, 2, ready, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So some of you may want to pause the video now and review that rhythm with your clapping. Again, once we know these first 4 measures rhythmically, we know the whole piece because it just repeats over and over. And so now we need to learn the pitch, okay? Which fingers to push down, where to move our slides with the trombone, and how to adjust our embouchure based on the range. And so let's start off by just singing the pitches with the note names, okay? Just a quick review. I know you've learned these in the other lessons, but that treble clef staff, the spaces start with an F at the bottom, A, C, and the top space of E. And so you can see throughout this piece, we start on an F, and that's really our home base. And so if we know that that bottom space is F, then right above that is G on the line. And then on that second measure, we have a big leap down to C, that first ledger line. So just a quick review, I know you know this, but let's start by singing. And so let me give you that F, so you can have that in your mind. Now let's just try those first two measures. It'll sound like this. F, 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 G, F, F, C. Okay, that big leap down to low C. Try to sing that with me. 1, 2, ready, sing. F, 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 G, F, F, C. And then we go on. Right above the C in the third measure is a D. D, C, D, E, F, F. Okay, can you try that third measure with me, starting on the D? Let me give you the pitch. That's our D. D, C. 1, 2, ready, sing. D, C, D, E, F, F. Try that with me again. D, 1, 2, ready, sing. D, C, D, E, F, F. Let's sing the whole four measures together, starting where it says brass play on your F. Here it is. Let's sing it together on the note names. 1, 2, ready, sing. F, 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 G, F, F, C. D, C, D, E, F, F. And I made a mistake there, okay? I breathed between the second and the third measure. So let's not do that. Let's demonstrate properly and just wait for the breath mark at the end of the measure like it says, that comma above the end of the line there, okay? So let's sing it again. Try to make a full 4-bar phrase, and I'll do better as well. Let's try that together. 1, 2, ready. F, 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 G, F, F, C, D, C, D, E, F, F. Yeah, and get used to how much air you have to sing all the way through these 4-bar phrases. Okay, so if you notice, skipping down to the next line, not only is the rhythm exactly the same, but the notes are the same as well, okay? So once we learn those first 4 measures, we know the first 8 measures. We just do it back to back, okay? So let's pick up our horns now, and I'm not gonna play just yet, but we're gonna put our mouthpieces on our chin while we push the buttons down or while we slide along on the trombone, and we're gonna sing just like we did. So let me give you an example for the first 2 measures. It would sound like this. F, 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 G, F, F, C. So you can see my fingers. I'm pushing the buttons down as we move along, and I want you to do the same. We're not blowing in our horns just yet. We're singing the note names as we play, okay? So here's our F. And let's sing while we finger the notes or slide along on trombone. Here it is. F, 1, 2, ready, sing. F, 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 G, F, F, C. Move your fingers. D, C, D, E, F, F. Yes, a lot of movement in that third measure. D, 1 and 3, C, open, back to D, E, 1 and 2, F, F. Now, when we have those repeated notes, you don't need to lift up your finger. You can just leave it down, and then your tongue is going to make the change. So you're going to go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, your tongue is making the change on those repeated Fs there at the end, okay? But let's try those first 2 measures together while we push the buttons down and sing along. 1, 2, F, and F, 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 G, F, F, C. Okay, stop there. Now, let's go on to the D, the last 2 measures. It's D, C, D, E, F, F. Try that with me. 1, 2, sing and finger. D, C, D, E, F, F. One more time. 1, 2, that's a difficult one. And D, C, D, E, F, F. All right. You may need some time on that third measure. It's a lot of movement. But let's try to put all 4 measures together now as we have our mouthpieces on our chin and we sing along while we push the buttons down or we move our slide, okay? Here's our F. Mouthpieces on your chin, sitting up straight. Here we go, sing it. 1, 2, sing and finger. F, 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 G, F, F, C, D, C, D, E, F, F. So now we're ready to play these first four measures. So we're actually going to put our horns up and mouthpiece on your lips now, not just on your chin. Let me demonstrate the first two measures for you where it says brass play of Good King Wenceslas. Here it is. Okay, so let's get your horns up, ready to play, and let's try that together. 1, 2, big breath. All right, how many of us dropped down to that C? Did we get it? Some of you may still be up there. Again, you just really have to loosen, drop your jaw a little bit, and you got to be relaxed to get those low notes. Okay, one more time together. First two measures. 1, 2, big breath. All right, then we're going to go on. So that D is right next to the C, first and third valve. Okay, let's try to hold that D together. Make sure we're dropping down to the low D. 1, 2, hold the D. There's a lot happening here. We move quickly through these valves. D, C, D, E, F. So try that with me, starting on the D, and move quickly through those fingering combinations or your slide back and forth. 6, 1, 6, 4, 3, 3. Try that with me. 1, 2, big breath. Try it again. I know it's moving quickly with those fingers. 1, 2, big breath. Okay, and so then we're going to put that together once you feel comfortable. Again, you may need to pause it and review those couple measures there, but from the top where it says brass play, we're going to play all four measures together. Remember, a big breath at the beginning, and we're not going to breathe throughout these 4 bars until we get to that comma, that breath mark at the end of the line. So let's try this together, starting where it says brass play all 4 measures. Good King Wenceslas. 1, 2, big breath. And then we sneak a quick breath and we keep going to the second line. So let's try that again, but this time keep going. As I told you, when you get down to that second line, it's a complete repeat of the first 4 measures. So we just do it again. Act like there's a repeat sign at the end of that first line. But let's give it a shot. 1, 2, big breath. And then we breathe and continue on to our high C. So again, very repetitive. I hope you guys are getting it down. Feel free to pause at any time if you need a little more practice. But we're going to continue on to one of the most challenging bits of this melody, looking at where the high C is, bar 9. Okay, right after the breath mark on the second line, it's C, B flat, A, G, F. Okay, so I said B flat, and what does that mean? If you look back at the key signature, this determines if there are any flats or sharps throughout the whole piece or until we see another key signature or an accidental. I know that's a lot of words at you, but all you need to know for this one, it has that flat at the beginning and on each line thereafter, and that flat is on the B line. Remember, every good burger deserves fries, every good burger. So every B you come to in this piece is going to be flat. B natural was second valve or second position. B flat is going to be first valve or third position for the trombone. So every B you see, that middle line in the staff, that's going to be first valve or third position. So again, you know the rhythms here. This is exactly the same as before. So now we just have to learn these new notes. High C open, B flat first valve, A 1 and 2. Okay, just walking down that scale. Don't even worry about the fingers now. Let's just sing it. Starting on a C. 1, 2, sing, and C, B flat, A, G. One more time. 2, C, and C, B flat, A, G. Okay, with the buttons now. 1, 2, C, and C, B flat, A, G. Make sure we're getting the flat, the first vowel for that B flat. A, 1, and 2. Okay, try it one more time. Finger it and sing. 1, 2, big breath, and C, B flat, A, G. And then we continue on. The last measure of that second line, A, G, F. So we already know G and F, first valve. Coming back to that A, 1 and 2, or fourth position for the trombones, okay? So let's try that. The last measure of the second line, A, G, F. Sing it and push the buttons down with me. 1, 2, ready, and sing. A, G, F. 1 and 2, open, 1. Sing that. 1, 2 with the note names and A, G, F. Again, A, G, F. Make sure your fingers are pushing down like a robot, as hard and precise as you can. All right, let's do both of those measures together. So starting in measure 9, the last 2 measures of the second line, Go King Wenceslas. It'll sound like this. Listen to me sing. 1, 2, sing, and C, B flat, A, G, F. You try. C, B flat, A, G, F. Everyone got your horns up, sitting up straight? Let's try that together, singing and pushing the buttons or moving your slide. 1, 2, ready, and sing. C, B flat, A, G, F. Let's play that together. Here's our C. Why don't you hold out that C with me? Open, a high C, so you got to firm up your embouchure. 1, 2, hold it out, and. Okay, and many of us might be on a G, or maybe even on the low C. So you got to get used to all these different notes we can play with the same fingering or the same slide. Then we have to use our lips and our air to change pitch within that partial, okay? So let's start there on the high C. It sounds like this. And play those 2 measures together, the last 2 measures of the second line. 1, 2, big breath. Again, a lot of movement with these valves, but you do have some commonalities. All the C's and the G's are going to be open, and then we're just going back to the B flat or the A, 1 and 2, okay? One more chance at this as we work on our high register that maybe we've never done before. Let's give it a shot. One more time. 1, 2, last 2 measures, and. And then on that bottom line, we then drop back to our lower register. D, C, D, E, F, F. Now, you already know that, don't you? Look at the first 4 measures. The third measure of that, we had that D, C, D, E, F, F. So much repetition in this one. That's why I think you guys will be able to learn it fairly quickly. But let's start there on the third line anyway. Just a quick review. Let's play it. You already have sung it and clapped it and everything else, but it sounds like this. So try that with me. Let's hold out that low D first, because that might be a hard one to find. First and third valve, 6th position for the trombones. Here's your low D. Hold it. 1, 2, big breath. All right, so start there. Drop your jaw if you're getting that G. You need to play that low note, but here it is. Play together. First 2 measures of the third line on a D. 1, 2, big breath. I hope we have more success right away with that one, because again, we've already played it several times before, but you may just want to remind yourself of that so you're not completely caught off guard when we get to that third line. Okay, put it together like we always do. We're going to go back to the previous line, starting on that high C. So this is the last 2 measures of the second line going into the first 2 measures of the third line. Let me just play it for your memory. All right, and again, we're doing that in one breath, so you really have to fill up. All right, try that with me on the high C. Going down, hold out that high C. Make sure we're on the same page. 1, 2, play it. Okay, firm up your embouchure. Use more air. Get up to that high note, okay? I'm more concerned that you're pushing the right fingers down. You're getting the slide in the right place at this point, but we do want to go after those correct pitches. Do your best to get out that high note. Use your air. Don't firm up too much. Don't get too tense, but let your air do the work. And here it is. Last 2 measures of the second line, starting on the high C. 1, 2, big breath. So let's do that one more time, but you're going to play this time. I'm going to sing. I want to hear you guys, and I want to make sure you're not looking just at my fingers, but you're learning how to read this music. So starting at the second line, the last 2 measures, going to the bottom line with the first 2 measures. Here it is on a high C. 1, horns up. 1, 2, big breath, and C, B flat, A, G, back up to A, G, F, D, C, D, E, F, F. Pause it if you need to as we really work on those high notes. Again, I care more about you're getting the right valves, the right slide position at this point. Some of us, it may take a little longer to get those high notes, and that's okay. Now, let's go on to these final 5 measures, a 5-measure phrase. So you really have to fill up here. Again, I said the rhythm is very repetitive. Till that last measure, we have our first and only whole note of the piece, okay? That circle with no stem, but we're gonna walk up the scale. So we're gonna start low. I'm talking about the last 5 measures there on the bottom line, starting on those 2 low C's. So it sounds like this. So essentially walking up a C scale. These 2 measures should be within our capabilities, right? We're just walking up those 5 notes that we probably started on. C, C, D, E, F, F, G, and then we gotta shoot up to another high C. Again, this is well within our capability, so let's play it. Let's move along quickly. So we're gonna start here. Hold out that low C with me, make sure we're down low, loosen our embouchure. 1, 2, hold it out. And we're gonna walk up the scale, okay? Those 2 measures, starting in the 3rd measure of the 3rd line. 1, 2, big breath. And there's not gonna be a breath as we continue on, okay? One more chance at those 2 measures. 1, 2, low C. And then our last 3 measures. Now we know that measure, don't we? C, B flat, A, G. We're walking down from the high C, but we've played that measure, and then the last 2 measures is something new. F, B flat, F. All right, same fingering, same slide position. So that's another example of where our lips and our air really has to do the work. To relax for the F, firm up a little bit, a little more air for the high B flat, and then relax back down to the F. Let's play it, the last 3 measures. Starting on this high C, hold it out. Hold it, high C, no valves down, first position trombones. 1, 2, hold it out, and firm up that embouchure, use your air, you can do it. You can get to that high note, I know you can. But let's play it, the last 3 measures. 1, 2, big breath. I want to do that one more time, so let's try it. I'm going to sing, you guys play horns up, sit up straight. Sitting up is going to help you get those high notes as well with your breathing and everything. So here we go, last 3 measures, you're on your own. 1, 2, big breath. C, B flat, A, G, F, B flat, F. Count out those 4 notes in your head. Don't die too soon. You got to have enough air to get there. Okay, let's do these last 5 measures, okay? This is some brand new stuff, right? C, C, D, E, F, F, G, no breath. C, B flat, A, G, F, B flat, F. So it's a long phrase. It's a lot of different valve combinations, but you guys can do it. Here it is, the last 5 measures. All right, we're gonna play it together. Starting on that low note. Hold out that low C. 1, 2, hold it out, and loosen up, get down there to the low note. 1, 2, play, and. Whew, that's a lot to play through, isn't it? But you guys just have to fill up, work on that capacity. I'm sure you guys can manage. Let's try it one more time together. Starting on that low C, last 5 measures. Horns up. 1, 2, big breath. All right, so that's the whole piece. We then go back and kind of put it together. But we can also start thinking about the piano accompaniment. So again, if you go to that link, you'll download the piano accompaniment. You can play it from your computer, you can put it on your phone, whatever works best for you. And you can play that in your speakers at your church. You can bring a sound system outside when you are at the kettle, but this gives you a chance to have an accompaniment, so it really builds up your group and makes it special for the Christmas season. So again, there's a piano introduction with all of these, but the other thing to think about is, hey, my group can really get the first 8 measures and we sound great there. We're struggling on the next couple measures, then we do good. You can put in some rests with your group here and maybe highlight their strength. So if perhaps you can't work it up as quickly, you can lay out on a few measures, let the piano keep going. They have the melody anyway, and then you can come in when your group's comfortable. So that's an option for you as you use these piano accompaniments, but just do your best with your groups and set them up for success that way. So right now, let's go ahead and try playing along this entire example of Good King Wenceslas with the piano accompaniment. So I'm going to press play here. You'll hear it come through in the video, and I'll count you in when it's our turn. Again, don't play the piano intro, but be ready. Horns up, sitting up straight, and ready to go. Here it is. Here we go. 1, 2, big breath. And one of the keys to think about is we have to have that music loud enough for your group to hear it, okay? So if you're on the stage and the speakers are in front of the stage, maybe we need to put that in the monitor as well. But just make sure that your beginners can hear the accompaniment, because it's going to be tough if they get ahead or behind and it's really not going to line up. And you as a leader, if you're conducting them, you need to be able to hear it too, so you can kind of get them on track if they get off, okay? So that's one of the things you have to get used to playing along with a track, is just the track keeps going no matter what. If you speed up or you slow down, the track can't adjust, so be ready for some of those adjustments. Now lastly, what I would like to do is play it through again, but include some of those rests, okay, just to show you some of those options. So for now, you don't have to mark this in your parts, but we're going to skip the 2 high C measures, okay? So we would skip measures 9 and 10, and then we would skip measures 15 and 16, and then come back in on that final F whole note, okay? So we're gonna skip those 2 measures sections where it gets a little bit out of our range, let the piano go, and I'll just demonstrate that. I'll cut you off so you know what we're talking about, but this is just a possibility for your group if you don't have as much time to get it together with these more difficult passages. So here it is from the beginning, horns up. We're going to play it through with some added rests. Okay? Here we go, horns up. We're going to play these first few measures. Then we rest here, You ready for the last measure? Here we go. So again, just to give you an option, if your band can't quite get those measures just right as we get closer to Christmas season, you can leave some stuff out. And that goes for any of these examples, for Away in a Manger, O Come Little Children, or Who is He in Yonder Stall. You can always leave out a measure here or there that you're struggling with. Just let the piano take over, and that way you really put your kids out there in the best light. So again, thank you so much for watching, for following along with our lesson today. I know that you're going to use your young people this Christmas season. Get them plugged into the Advent services, and especially playing at the kettles, visiting in the nursing homes. The public really love to see young people out and the impact that our programs are having in developing their lives in such a positive way. So please get them involved this Christmas season. I know you will. Let my department know if you need any other resources to do so. And we just thank you for the investment you're making in them. I want to say God bless you this Christmas season and keep using your gifts for His ministry.